One of the most important aspects of the ProStart competition is determining your menu. To do this, I suggest everyone sits down as a team and discuss the possible route you could take for your menu. You have to understand the restrictions of this specific competition. You don't have ovens to work with, you don't have elaborate equipment, you have 2 burners. So you have to understand that there are only certain techniques you can use, such as sautéing, pan frying, poaching, shallow poaching, steaming, braising, or stew. Also be aware that you have to use multiple cooking techniques as acquired in the rules. When you're thinking about your menu, also try and keep it simple. The more components you're putting on a dish, the more time and space you're going to be taking up. So keep it simple. When you're planning your menu, you want to take into consideration the season you'll be competing in. Obviously, if it's winter and the competition's in spring, you don't want to be using produce that's associated with winter. So try and keep it seasonal. If you're in the spring, fresh vegetables. If in the wintertime, maybe you want to take a more slow food cooking approach, using root vegetables, doing longer cooking methods such as moist cooking techniques. Another thing you want to consider is using all of the knife cuts that are required in the rules and incorporate them into your menu somehow. Whether it's dice or a julienne, you could quickly saute it and use it as a vegetable. For the mincing, you can add minced garlic, minced shallots, minced herbs to finish your food or to saute with. Once you decide your menu, you want to sit down together and develop recipes with your mentor. And from there, once you have your recipes, you can kind of understand what equipment you need, and you can develop a timeline from that. Recipes are an important aspect of this competition, but each team's going to be cooking something different in a different manner. The important thing is that you're following correct technique. If you're sautéing, braising, stewing, all those techniques need to be paid attention to. Always try and pick the produce that's the freshest, that looks the best, that's in the best care, because ultimately you're serving this to the judges. They want to see that you're taking the care into that product. Always use fresh herbs to finish food, so you have that bright, natural flavor right at the end. When using dried herbs and spices, make sure that they're either in a marinade or in your sauce and not used in necessarily the final product of the dish. Focus on maximizing flavor. You want to use the best products. You want to use a variety of cooking techniques. So not only do you have a variety in texture, but flavor. If it's a sauté, make sure you take your proteins or your vegetables, dry them appropriately so you get the nice sear and nice color on your product. Every dish may not have very elaborate components. You have to have a balance between simple techniques and technical techniques. For starters, you could have a salad, nice and light, crisp, clean, and it doesn't involve very much cooking. You can go into an entree that has a couple different components that are cooked, and then a dessert which may have 1 or 2 items that are cooked. For the entree, you want to serve between 4 and 6 ounces of protein with the appropriate amount of starch and vegetable. You want everything to balance on the plate and also be nutritionally balanced. Your menu is going to be an evolution. The point you start won't be the place you finish. Along that time frame, it's going to be a process where you're constantly improving your dishes, your garnishes, your methods, flavor profiles, until you get the desired finished menu. No matter what you decide to do, use proper techniques. Every time you practice, taste it, talk about the food, discuss together how you can make it a better overall menu.